So, it all began in 1975 when my father came home and announced that he's setting up in business on his own. Home was a small 3-bedroom house in Southport, Lancashire, and his audience was his 3 boys, his daughter and his wife Joan. I recall he said he was going to be something called a produce merchant, and the business would be called Bernard O'Malley & Co, the Co being my mum. He took over the lounge as his office, and then a few months later, our Anthony's bedroom was turned into an office for his new bookkeeper, employee number 1, Norma Eagle. We now employ nearly 200 people. When Norma eventually retired, she handed over the reins to her daughter, Kath, so we've had an Eagle in the business for nearly 50 years. They really became such a big part of our family business. A few years later, the business changed names to Bernard O'Malley & Sons, and then in 1985 to Nationwide Produce PLC. We've been in business now nearly 50 years, so there's been many amazing developments along the way. Too many to mention here, but the highlights are firstly that in 1988 we set up an office in Spalding, Lincolnshire, to bolster our procurement from the east of England. In 91 we took our first foray into production with the opening of a factory in Lincolnshire to produce chilled prepared vegetables for the fast expanding ready meal sector. We called it Broadacre Foods. Richmond Farms was established in 1991 to focus on brand marketing of veg to the non-retail sector. We now also farm 550 acres of root crops ourselves and have a grower group under the Richmond Farms banner. This has given us the opportunity to talk with the voice of experience when negotiating with our growers. In 2004 we set out on a strategy to develop a European trading network, and what better place to start than in the hub of the produce industry for the whole of Europe, Rotterdam. In 2009 we added to this with the establishment of businesses in Almeria in the south of Spain, in Belfast, in Emmen in the north of Holland, and then in 2007 we expanded our business into the Vale of Evesham in a tiny office with just 1 man. We now have over 100 staff in Evesham working from 2 large depots. Moving on to 2013, we made a £3 million investment in a large pack house in Lincolnshire, which now grades and packs around 1,000 tonnes of onions per week. Then in 2021 we opened up a new business in Dublin in preparation for Brexit, as Ireland is a major export destination for us. To have depots in the key European hubs of Rotterdam, Evesham, Almeria and Belfast alongside trading offices throughout the UK mainland and Dublin is a realisation of a dream. Back in 1975 when our Anthony was kicked out of his bedroom and shoehorned in with me and our Patrick, we really didn't like this new business. But all is forgiven. It's all turned out well in the end.